All right, hello. This is your favorite floating head speaking. We haven't seen each other for quite some time, but it's time for Learn Web3 with Colony again. I've been away for some time, and today we just pick right up where we left last time. So last time we integrated a lot of um, database things with Prisma. And today we are going to continue refining that and integrating it better with Colony SDK and the Colony network in general. So this is going to be quite interesting. So first steps today are going to be we install a new version of Colony SDK, make some adjustments that basically some improvements that are allowed for in a new Colony SDK version. And then we wire up permissions in the XJS API with the Colony SDK to basically check whether people who want to do something have the right roles or not at the time of creation. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. And if we have time after that, we refine the database connections a little bit more and see what else we will have to do. Okay, let me present my screen. As always, this is our little GitHub repository where you can find all relevant information about this course. You can also watch past episodes on YouTube and follow along with the code of the dApp that we're building in this Colony missions directory here. This is a list of past episodes, so it's quite a bunch. Today is the 10th one. It's some sort of anniversary, I guess, which is nice. But we're also kind of coming to an end here. So it's going to be like the last two quite interesting sessions, and then we'll leave it at that and see how far we get with our little dApp until then. Okay, let's see what we have here. First of all, I want to install the newest version of Colony SDK. How do I do that? npm install. Oh, sorry. First, we have to go to Colony missions, and then we do npm install at Colony SDK latest. This should pull version 1.6 as far as I'm concerned. Git diff. Let's see, yes, from 1.4 to 1.6. Perfect. That's what we wanted. So now we should be able to go into our I think Colony. Yeah, there we have is user admin. I wonder, is this working? Yes, exactly. So this is definitely better now in the newest version of Colony SDK. We don't have to get the internal Colony client anymore. We can just do something else. We can do const roles equals await Colony get roles. And then we pass in the user address. And the root domain is the default domain that we get, as far as I'm concerned. Team ID, yes. So we don't have to do that anymore. That's pretty cool, right? We don't have to do that anymore. And now you can see that this is an array of a Colony role type. That means we can just get colony role from the SDK, and then we can easily say return roles includes colony role administration. And that is all. That is all we have to do now. So yeah, this is quite nice. It's a bit nicer than we had before. This is what I kind of owed you from a long time ago, where I said this has to be improved in Colony SDK. Now it is. We can just get the roles directly with the SDK, and we can write code that is a little bit more descriptive than the other one before. So we can just say roles includes administration. So that's quite nice. Now we want to use that. Now we want to use that in our API, actually. I don't actually remember. It was 2 weeks ago. Let's see if we want to post a mission. Oh, look at that. We actually do that. We actually say is user admin, and then we use is user admin from colony. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So we're doing that already. That's cool. Let's see if it works. Let's run the dApp. npm run. I forgot. See, this is what happens if you don't do things for 2 weeks. npm run start. Oh wait, what do I want to do? No, npm run build. Dev is what I want to do. Okay, started server, compiled. Let's see. Okay, user with address is logged in. We haven't connected with MetaMask yet. Let's do that really quick. So we're connected to MetaMask, colony emissions, and now we can go to our colony dev demo. And copy that address. Okay, there we go. Missions for colony, blah, blah, blah. And I think we can probably still click those. Yes. We cannot click the applicants. Okay. Well, it seems today is going to be a little bit of a bug fixing day. Let's just do that. Let's fix all of our bugs or things that we just kind of forgot last time. First, I think I would like to basically not hard code our colony dev address here. I would like to have that as a, oh, it's not even used. Oh, we're not using it here. Yes, I remember that. But we're kind of doing it so what's happening is that we save the user status as an admin into our cookie, and that's not what we want. We actually want to ask that every time we open the page. So let's do that. Every time we open the page, missions, I think this is probably going to be like the ID of the colony, the address of the colony, and then create. So this is, whenever we open this, we want to check whether a user is an admin or not. And we don't want to do it here. And first of all, we will remove that from the login. So we basically remove, sorry, not from here. I think it's verify. This was kind of a test in the beginning. So because session user is admin, we remove that. And we remove that. And let's see. That's not going to be in here anymore. So the only thing that we are storing about a user is their address. Oh, what do we have here? This should actually work. Beautiful. And we remove this as admin here. Let's see if we have more. Okay, this can be removed entirely. Okay. Look, and this is where we have the simple version of this. We basically ask, is the user admin? I mean, that doesn't make sense because we are basically just asking, is the user admin of some colony? So that doesn't really make sense. So what we are getting is import is user admin from colony. And I forgot again how the params are called. I think they're called params. Yeah. No, we cannot find it. We cannot see it here. Get server side props. Yes, params. There we go. Cool. So we wanted to create, so we have, instead of request, we do params. And then we do the following. Const user is, or just is admin equals await is user admin address, or in this case params dot address. Pretty sure that was the case. Oh, but you see the other one? Okay, let's server side. Params address, yes. And then the user address is going to be request session user address. I think. Actually, I think it's session. Yeah, SIWE address. So there we go. Then we can say we have to add the request here. And here we can say request session.siwe and request session siwe address. And here we can say is admin. Okay, here we see I'm just putting in some guards here. Params as string. Just to cast it. It's fine. Session siwe. Yes. Okay. Cool. This looks promising. So now every time we open this page, there's going to be a check whether the current user is admin of the colony that we are opening here. Let's reload and see what happens. So that worked. I mean, it's not checking whether this is a colony really. So let's just do that with this address. There's going to be a terrible error. Okay, I mean, the error is nice. We could just show something better here, right? Could not read colony version. Yeah, because this is not really a colony address. So that's nice. We leave it at this error message for now. It's fine. So what we say here, and we say create, it will fetch the status just from the server and show us the page where we can create a mission. And then we check again when the actual mission is created over the API. So cool. So we have that. We removed successfully the isAdmin flag, which is definitely a big improvement. Let's see what we have. Git status. Wow, yeah, a lot of stuff happened. Remove is admin flag. Do proper check instead. commit messages always have to rhyme. I think that's particularly important. Cool. So one more thing that I saw, I think last time we needed an interface. If we are an admin, we need an interface to close a mission, flag it as closed. Excuse me. Actually, as far as I remember, I put down some notes here, things we need. So we have an edit, and we want to have a page for an application ID. That is something that we didn't have. So the edit page we just skip for now because it's kind of boring, because it's just the same thing as before. But let's actually create the application ID page. For that, we have column address. This one here, ID, apply. What we want to have is a folder called application. And then we have a file that is called application ID.ts. Save this, and what we do is we just copy this. This is the mission view, and we just copy this for the application view as well. Oops, it obviously has to be TSX. There we go. And now I don't remember whether we had the Prisma database for applications. I think we do. The only thing is missing is a page. So what we can do here is we say Prisma application find unique, where pass in params application ID is the ID. Right? And we call this application. So there we go. There's our application. Application. And this is called application view, application. So there we go. And here we just say mission application. Actually, let's also get the mission for this one. I think that would make sense, because then we can refer to the mission here. Otherwise, it's not really clear what this is for. prisma.mission. Find unique params. Oops, what am I doing? Where id parse int params.id, which is the mission ID 10. Cool. And there we go. And then we have the application and we have the mission. And then we have also the mission here. And here. Mission, let's say application, excuse me, application for just put in the ID here, and then we put in the h1 here, why me, question mark. And that would be the application why me field. This, and we don't need that. Actually, I think we also want the user. Where ID is application.user ID. Actually, no, I think that's fine. Yeah, that's a number. And then we can put in the user here as well. Nice. And we can put it in here. User. Cool. Inch3. And then we can just put in here user, and we put in here the user.address, because we don't have anything else. We're not asking anything else from the users at the moment. Cool. There we go. Let's check this page out. We have a mission, and then we have an application. Okay, 404. Let's see. Why is there 404? Applications 1. Oh, because this is not applications. Oh, there we go. Oh, what does this applicants do here? That's not right. With that, cool. There we go. This is our little application. Let's put in h1 here and put in the same thing as the title. Application 1 for foo. Application 1 for mission. Nice. And we created something else again. Commit add page for application view. Beautiful. Nice. So what do we want to do next? I think what I want to do now is, because we have the whole infrastructure, and I really just want to get to a point where we can use the Colony SDK to pay someone for this particular mission. Let's say we want to kind of accept this application. Then I think we will need 3 states for our mission. We need, or let's say we need like 2 fields maybe. We need a worker. I think that's a field that we already have, and we need a field whether it's done or not. I think actually we have both of these fields. Let's take a look in our Prisma schema. Oh wait, where did I go? Application, mission. So we have worker and done. Yeah, these are the 2 things that we need. If there's a worker assigned, no one else can pick it. So that's cool. Let's implement that. And this would be on this page where we basically say there's going to be a button which says accept. And this button is only going to show up if the user is admin. The loading times are going to be a little bit slow because we always have to ask basically we ask the blockchain whether a user is admin every single time we load the page. That is not really what we want to do all the time. So, I mean, there could be the option of just storing that on the server, or what I feel inclined to do is just maybe storing that in a cookie. That's an information that won't blow up a cookie anyways. So at some point we will put it back into the cookie as an array or something. I have to see how this could be serialized or something like that. But for now, it's fine. We don't care about performance so much for now. I think it's just easier to check every time whether someone is an admin or not. So let's do that. We have our application overview and get source side props, and this is where we check whether the current user is an admin. And we just do the same thing as we do in create. We just do, wow, this is like a really long thing. Yeah, I'm not sure if this looks so nice here. I guess a helper function could be nice at some point. But for now, we just copy and paste it. And we also import is user admin. And then we can just pass it in here. Just is admin. As easy as that. And then, oh, interesting, we don't have a request. We don't have SIWE object. Not sure. Am I logged in? I am a bit, this is a bit weird. We are logged in. User with address is logged in. So why is there? Why is there no request session there? I mean, if we go to our colony here, and then we do create, that works. And we just literally copied the code, right? But here it doesn't work. So that's a little bit peculiar, I would say. Oh, because we don't have the with iron session SSR. It's not injected. Let's do that. Let's do that with iron session SSR. Then we basically wrap it, and then we have iron options here. Bloop. There we go. Application 1. So now we're passing in. So the problem here was that we didn't pass in the session middleware, so it didn't put the session object onto the request, and then we couldn't read it. And here we have now is admin available. And here we can say is admin and button on click. Let's just not do anything for now when we click this. And this says accept. So when we are in admin, we have this beautiful big button here which says accept, and that doesn't do anything right now. What should it do? So accept will execute a REST API function again that will change the application to accept it. And that we change in our API because we don't have an edit field for applications right now. We have API application, so we have post. Post is usually used when creating like a model or an entity of something. an instance of something, and put is usually used when editing something. So let's create our put method. And we just do, I guess we just do whatever we do here. And the request body here will be application ID. I'm just thinking right now, usually in an API, I think what you would do is you would make a put request on something like applications 1, I think. So this would be our endpoint. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So that means we copy the whole thing, save it, we go into the folder, and here I think this is probably just going to be the same convention. We make a folder called application. I think we call it applications. Yeah, okay, let's rename this application. So we have singular nouns. There's always a kind of a thing to decide whether you want to use singular or plural nouns for your API. Doesn't really matter as long as you're consistent, really. Application directory, we move that into there. And then we create another directory here, which is application ID. Oops, that was a file that I created. Application ID. And there we say index ts. Oops. Okay, where are we? Pages, API, application ID, index. So we wanted to copy the whole thing, paste it here, and this is going to be put. So what we do want is because in here we don't really know which application ID was called. And that is why we have to get that somehow. So for now, let's just comment it all out. beautiful. And then we have to find a way on how to next API request. So what do we get? We get the query. And the query is probably what we want. The query is probably the application ID. Let's try that. So let's make, I have an idea. Let's make this a get, and then we can just test our assumptions quite easily. We can just basically say, return race.json. And then we say application ID is query.application ID. So that cool? Yeah, because now we can just say applications 1. Oops, I think it's under API application. Also not application. There we go. Application ID 1. So this is exactly what we wanted. And if we put 2 here, we probably get application ID 2, and so on and so forth. Nice. So now what we want is the only thing that can be edited, because this is basically what we do, we edit this. The only thing that can be edited is kind of the state, whether it's taken or not, and by whom it is taken. Oh wait, what am I doing? We didn't want to do that for the application. We wanted to do that for the emission. I'm sorry. The accept button is in the application form, but what we're actually changing is the mission itself, because we assign a worker to the mission. That's what we're doing. And we don't change the application at all. So revert. I don't want to revert everything. It doesn't really make sense. I will copy this and do the same thing for the mission. So we create a folder called mission, and then we move that into the mission. And then we have, yes, we make a folder called mission ID. And in there we do index.ts, and then we paste all of this in. Yeah, pretty good so far. And here it is mission ID, query mission ID. And now the whole thing should just work with mission, yeah, instead of application. Nice. Okay, and in application, we just remove this folder. It's fine. It doesn't matter. We have, at some point, we will need more here anyways. So well, we just leave it as it is. It's fine. So back to our mission ID. As we want to alter this, we have to make sure that the user is an admin again. And this is the same as when we are creating a mission. This is pages. Where I want to go is the API mission. It's here. So we can just do the same thing again with all of this stuff. Oops. Oh my God. Fine. Copy it again. Cool. Is user admin. Cool. So, and here the method will be put instead of get, and here will be the mission will be update. And I have no idea how this works. Okay. Update where ID equals mission dot ID, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I have to import the model here because it doesn't know it yet. I wanted to get some help in terms of how do I define this. And now the ID should probably, yeah, now the ID is a number. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we update the mission where the ID is the ID. What we can also do is check again for the colony. Because then, yes, with that, we prevent that people could just mission where unique, unique input. Okay, fine. So what I want to do is I want to prevent people from just, if they are an admin, I just want to prevent people from changing really any mission. Because we're just checking whether they are an admin of an address, but we're not checking whether this is like a mission that belongs to a particular colony. I guess let's get it. Oh yeah, we're not really getting the mission anyways here, so we have to get it anyways. Fine. We're not getting the address either. I mean, they have to provide the address. That's fine. But we're getting the mission ID, which is a number, and we will be getting nothing else. That's fine. Oh no, this is the edit method, so we are getting worker let's say data, and then we put in worker. Cool. Do we need no, we just do a check. That's fine. So we need to get the mission first. Prisma dot mission dot find unique where ID is mission ID. Mission ID data. Cool. So, and then we have the mission here, and then we can say if mission dot, wait. If mission, so if the mission doesn't exist, or the mission colony is not the same as the address from above that we checked so that the user is an admin, we throw an error. Mission does not belong to column. This is a bit, yeah, this is a bit unnecessary. I think in our case, it's just, I think it's just good measure. Like these, when we write these queries, these are the moments where you should think about all these ways where people could just exploit that. So this is a check that we probably should do. And if that's fine, if this here is fine, we can do our update with the data of worker is now data.worker. Right? Default. And output. Okay, shall we test our beautiful API method? Let's add worker. Yeah, this is you just put this is a string. It's fine. Cool. Nice. So we get the mission. We check whether the address of the colony that we checked earlier, whether the user is an admin or not, matches. And if that is the case, we update the worker with the new worker data. So the put endpoint for now is just going to be to not to like completely edit the mission, but to basically accept an application. So, and how do we use this now? We go back to our beautiful application page, if I can find it. Boop, boop, boop. Oh my God, where did I go here? Application, now I'm in the API. Missions, address ID, application ID. So this is where we have our button. And this is also when we need to do the fetch. Let's see, API. I just want to copy a fetch request here. And then we make a function const accept application, and that's going to be this. Oh, this has to be async. And as a body, we have to check, what do we send? What are we sending? First of all, it's going to go to mission, and then the actual mission.id. And we check something. No, the mission ID is not here. The mission ID will be in request query. Find unique ID, and then we have to parse int the mission ID because this is going to be a string, probably. Mission ID as string. I don't know when this is going to be an array. I have no idea. It's very rare, these cases, I guess. Cool. So we get our mission ID from the query because this is where we, as you can see, this is here where we make the request to, and it's going to be extracted by the Next.js router. You make a put request on the API mission and then mission ID. Perfect. And then we put in our code, which I forgot again, is going to be address and data. So the address is our colony address, mission.colony, and the data is worker application dot user ID. No. Oh, it's actually the user. It's fine. The user ID is, I think, is Next.js internal or Prisma's internal user ID. So what I want is the user address, not the ID. In the best case, this would be the same. What is your problem here? Comma expected? What? Let's put that here. Oh no. Okay, I have no idea why this is a problem. Why do you want a comma? Const accept. Let's comment this out. I'm not sure what's happening here. I think it's very confused. Let's close it and open it again. Pages. missions address ID application ID. There we go. Cool. Now it's less confused. Cool. And we're sending address, mission colony, data, worker, user, address. This is what we do with accept application. We're sending a put request to put in the worker with the user. So that is nice. And here on click, what happens is accept application. Let's try it out. Missions for, so we have applicants, there's one. There's the user, and now we could say accept. And that might do the right thing. I want to maybe check in network panel, see what happens. So 200 is good. We got OK true. So that seems to have worked. How can we test this? We have to see whether there is a worker for a mission. So we go on a missions overview page. And we haven't added the worker here. So let's do that. Where are we? Missions, address, ID, index. This is where we are. So what I want to do here is, I think if there is a mission.worker, then I want to show a div with an h3 that says worker. And in there, I'm just going to put the mission.worker. And if we don't have a worker for the mission, then we can show the applicants. Isn't that a good idea? We just show this in here. And it immediately changed. So, and we have a worker here. Isn't that beautiful? So the same thing I think we should probably do with apply. So if there's a worker, then there shouldn't be a button. There shouldn't be a button to apply. So we do this mission.worker and this basically. And it's gone. So we will see that with other missions, there will be, let's say the bar mission, that there is still an apply button. And the foo mission, there's no apply button anymore because we have a worker now. Okay. So we have the workflow to accept a worker. That was quick. So the last thing I'm going to do today, and that might take a little bit. The last thing I want to do is to actually, I think it might be better to do that next time. So what needs to happen today, what needs to happen next is that we actually, when we have this kind of state for a mission, then there's a worker, then there's going to be a button saying pay out this person, because we feel like the work is done, this mission was properly achieved. Then we have a button that says pay out this person. This is a little bit tricky, and I think this is why I want to do it next time, because we have to kind of on the server check whether this person was paid or this was properly done. And I don't have a good idea how to do that in a way that isn't terribly involved. So I will think about that a little bit and do that next time. For now, we will just check in what we have. We have all of the application stuff. Oh, we probably shouldn't check in the dev DB, right? It's fine. Cached colony missions, Prisma, dev DB, git status. Yes, and then we put that into the git ignore. Move the git ignore to colony emissions. Cool. I think .next. Actually, the git ignore should probably be here. Whatever. There were two git ignores. Of course there were two. Git check out colony emissions, git ignore. Oops. Git check out, git ignore, git status. Okay. Then we go to colony emissions, echo. That's what we did before. Okay, this is fine now. So we have all of the worker workflow, the application, approve, and the moving around. And we check that in at approve worker workflow. Git push. Cool. So we have that. I think this is it's pretty cool. There's already a lot for today. Actually, let's do one more thing. Let's do this here. Because I think this is still like a placeholder. Let's actually implement this, which is not too hard. And I think we probably need a third state, because this is something I think I want to do for missions that are done, and these are open, and then we have some indicator for missions that are pending. Not sure what I'm going to do there, but we'll figure it out. So let's go into the overview of missions. It's probably here. Missions are calling me. Yes. X. Yes, I think. Sorry, I needed to know whether this is available or not. This is like a dynamic class helper. Which we might be needing. Do we even have CSS? Yes. Column missions module. Shall we create a CSS file for this one? Styling. Let's just do it in here for now. Actually, let's do it properly. Let's create a index.css, index.module.css. I think this won't work. I think the CSS modules are only for pages. For components. So we could make a component here. Yeah, why not? What the heck? Let's make a component. Let's make it a component. Let's do it the right way. And that would be mission list item tsx. And let's just get this link. Yes, export default function mission list item. This is what we usually would do, and then return our link. And now we have to take care of the props. Let's just see what we need from here. We need link. We don't need Prisma. Props. That would be yes, a mission. And that is not an array, it's just a mission. And then we have nothing else. We just need the mission. That's fine. And then we have the mission in here, and that is the props. And here we have mission.call. What? Oh yeah, sorry, mission doesn't exist yet. Huh, it's not important. Nice, there we go. And here we have the mission.colony. So that's good for now. Let's see if we have any, if we actually, oh there, if we're actually using that mission list item, and we import the styles here as well. And here we say mission list item module CSS. Personally, I like to have the styles close to my components, but I guess that's probably also possible here. Mission and then we have done our pending classes, I guess. And we can just do this for now to see whether it works. Mission list item, import mission list item module CSS, and then we can put the class name equals styles.mission. And then we have to import it, obviously, here. Import from question, where does this live? Components. Components mission list item import mission list item. Is this still happening? And now I want to put in the mission list item with the mission of mission. And remove this. Okay, so this seems to work. Same as before. Nice. That means we can now line through, it's called. Now we can go here and say, okay, I really missed the auto formatting here. It's probably something you can enable, but I'm a little bit too lazy to do that at the moment. This goes here, this goes here. Looks horrible, that's fine. And here we can say CLSX SX styles.mission, and that is active. I mean, styles mission is always active, sorry. Styles.mission. I'm not sure how this CLSX works, so I'm just trying kind of what I'm used to. And then we want to have styles.done when mission is done, and we want styles.pending when mission is not done and mission has a worker. Look at that, there we go. This one has a worker. This one is open for applications. Let's go to our module, so CSS module, and when it is done, I want to actually have text decoration lined through. Currently, we don't have any mission that is done, so just take my word for it that this is probably working. Beautiful. We created a new component for this. This was on my list for quite some time. We have all the relevant styles for our list. Maybe at some point we want to maybe it would be nice to sort it. I don't know how to do that in Prisma, to just show the ones that are, you know, not done yet at the bottom, at the top, but I don't really know how to do that in Prisma. I mean, I have it open, might as well look it up. We're learning as we go, right? Next steps. Feel free to explore the Prisma Client API a bit more, including filtering, sorting. Yes, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Thank you. Sorting. We have there's something in the way. Filtering and sorting. Okay, there we go. Where is our page missions? It's here. So there we go. Prisma missions, find many, where colony, and there we do order by, apparently. Worker. Let's try descend. I don't know where they put like empty fields. Let's try descending first. Okay, then let's try ascending. Okay, that is nice. And apparently we can also order by done. I have no idea how booleans are. True, false? So we first order by done. False, true? I don't know. Let's do descending. That means like the ones that are not done are on top, I assume. I cannot tell. And after that, we put all of the ones that don't have a worker to the top. Yes, maybe this is what it is. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see when we have more missions and we have the done state. And that's going to be next time. So that's going to be exciting. I hope you learned something like me today. And I will just check in our code. Let's just take a little look at what we did. Yeah, we just refactored out the beautiful mission list component, mission list item component, which is nice. We got added little styles for it. So made it a tiny bit better. Again, hope this was fun for you today. I will commit this with a beautiful commit message that probably doesn't rhyme and say goodbye until next week. See you then. Bye bye.